It's time for another quiz again. I've done a lot of these quiz videos before, whether that be badges or GeoGuessr, a couple of GeoGuessr ones before. I think I've done some other ones as well. You guys seem to love them, so a massive thank you to everybody who always watches the videos. Do please remember to hit that like button. Please do subscribe if you're new. Yeah, we've got the world's hardest football quiz today. It's what I googled and one of the links came up. I don't know if it is the hardest quiz in the world, but it will be fairly hard, I think, and I think it will test my knowledge. Remember to try and go along with the test as the video goes along, and let me know what you get in the comment section below. How many of the questions do you get right? Before we do go into it, I just want to say a massive thank you to some of the channel members, especially the guys who are at the higher tier as well. Wojtek, WeAlpha64, we got Matt, we got Jason, we've got Mo, and we've got LG and Cal456, a Hibs fan, and there's loads of other guys who are on the League 2 level as well. Dave, Grant, we've got John, we've got Derek, Christopher, Paul, Jack, Watty, T. Walker. I hope I've mentioned you all there. I think I have. I don't think I've missed anyone out. But yeah, a massive thank you to all the channel members. You can become a channel member yourself and support the channel now by clicking that join button down below. But if you just watch the videos, hit that like button, subscribe. That is genuinely enough support that I can ask for. A huge thank you again to the members and to you guys, the subscribers, the people who watch regularly. I couldn't do what I do without you. Let's jump straight into the world's hardest football quiz. Yeah, of all the hardest football quiz links I could have clicked on, one of the ones that grabbed my eye the most in Google was on Beano somehow. So yeah, this is on the Beano website. I'm sure you can find it yourself. But here we go. Question number 1 of the world's hardest football quiz is: what was the final score in the 1966 World Cup final? Or when England last won the World Cup? Okay, that's an easy one to start us off. 3-2. Which part of Manchester is Marcus Rashford from? Right, I don't 100% know it, but I think it's one that sort of jumps out at me ever so slightly. One of them answers where you see these choices and you're like, I think it could be that. I think it's Wythenshawe. Let's go with that. To date, how many World Cup tournaments have there been? Jesus. All right, it started in when? 1930, 34, then it would have been 38. Uruguay won it, Italy, and Uruguay again. That would have been like pre-World War II. I think there's 4 pre-World War II. Then when would they have started again after the war? So it was 30, 34, 38, 42. Nah, is that right? Oh, I think 15's too little. I think 29's too much. I'm going to go for 21. I think that's, yeah, who knows. Who is the current captain of the England women's team? Is it Steph Houghton? I think it might be. Oh, what's the oldest football team in Wales? I think it's everybody's also favourite Welsh team right now, I guess you could say. Having a sip of Iron Brew Energy. Very Scottish drink as we answer a Welsh question. I'm going with Wrexham. I'm pretty sure it's them. What year was modern football invented? 1841, 1703. Oof. Well, it really does depend on what you class as football. I guess they've said modern football there. 1863. Is that the year that... Oh my God, I've embarrassed myself here. How much stuff have I done on the first international game and stuff? 1841. We've got the Sheffield rules, we've got the Cambridge rules, we've got the Foot Dashball Club in Edinburgh, which I think was 1841. But then we've got 1863, which I think could be when the first international was. 1703 is too early. 1962. No, it's way too late. I'm going 41. 1841. Who founded the English Football League? Wow, this is a tricky one. For some reason, Alfred Trimble's shouting at me. That's a tough question. That is a hard question, I will be honest. Which team did Jurgen Klopp manage before joining Liverpool? Some of the questions are a little bit easier than the others. We'll give you that. But I like that. I like there's really tough ones thrown in there and a few easier ones as well. Which team has won the most La Liga titles? It's obviously going to be between Barca and Real Madrid, isn't it? Do you know what? Actually, Barcelona aren't as big as what you think. It's only in the last 20 or 30 years that they've really gone on to become the sort of force in world football, I guess you could say. I think they won their first European Cup in '92 at Wembley. I think Ronald Koeman scored. They've gone on to win 6 now or 5 now. But yeah, like I said, their first one was in '92. Real Madrid, of course, have won numerous European Cups, which leads me to believe that they would also be the most successful team in La Liga as well. So we'll go Real Madrid. We'll go Real Madrid for that one. What is the biggest football stadium on the world? Not just in the world, on the world. Right. This is a tricky one. I know for a fact that the Camp Nou is the largest football stadium in the world. In Europe. My apologies, in Europe. Definitely, 100%. Camp Nou, biggest in Europe. So it's not Wembley as well. The MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, is that a football stadium though? And that's my question with the Pyongyang. I know that Pyongyang, North Korea Stadium, is the biggest in the world. Again, that data is coming from North Korea, so how much can you trust that data? Who can verify the capacity of the Rungrado 1st of May Stadium in Pyongyang? That is genuinely one of the highest stadiums on my bucket list. But don't know if I'll ever get the chance to go there for obvious reasons. I'm going to stick the North Korean one on there. I don't know if it's a bit of a trick question if they've used the word football. I know they obviously wouldn't just have football in that stadium in Pyongyang. They have all the marches and stuff as well. All the military displays. But we'll go for it. I think it's the biggest out of them 4. I believe it's the biggest in the world. But again, what do we know about real statistics of the North Koreans? Who was the first goalkeeper to score in the Premier League? The first goalkeeper... I mean, it would have been Peter Schmeichel out of them 4, for sure. Who is England's most capped player? That, I believe, is safe hands. Peter Shilton, I want to say. I think, is Beckham the most capped outfield player? I think he might be, and then you got Rooney and Kane. I think Kane might become that player one day, but I'm sure it's Shilton. Who has scored the most goals in World Cup competitions? I believe it was Ronaldo for a while until the German on the list got a little bit closer. I think it's Miroslav himself. There we go. Which player has scored the most own goals in the Premier League? Dave Ewing. I've not even... Strangely enough, I've never even heard of Dave Ewing. Much to my embarrassment. Sorry if you're watching, Dave. Jamie Carragher, I know he scored a lot, but I don't think he scored quite as many as Richard Dunn. I'm sure it's Richard Dunn. Let's stick that. Which English team is based furthest north? Sunderland, Carlisle, Newcastle, or Middlesbrough? Something I've looked into before this, I'm pretty confident it is Newcastle United. I'm sure they're the most northern within England out of those 4. Which English team is based furthest south? Oh, this is one I haven't done as much looking into, sadly. Brighton and Hove, Southampton. Oh, it's got to be Plymouth, because Plymouth's right way further down towards the west. Whereas Brighton, Southampton, Bournemouth are more middle. Whereas Plymouth is more towards the west, where Cornwall starts to dip down. And we're going Plymouth there. This is 19 questions. We've got a few left before we see what we've got. Which of the following is the oldest club in England? We've been there. We've made a vlog there. It can only be one, and it is Sheffield FC. Which player has scored the most goals for Scotland? I know this for a fact. The joint top scorers of Scottish international football are Dennis Law and Sir Kenny Dalglish. So it's Dennis Law out of those 4. It's definitely not Ollie McBurney or Kieran Tierney, although Sir Alex Ferguson was a big goal scorer back in the day. I don't know if he played too many times for Scotland, although he did score a lot of club goals, Sir Alex Ferguson, if you didn't know. Last question, here we go. Which team are the most northernmost top level football team in the world? Ain't Carlisle. Tromso, I'm going for. Are we going for Tromso? Yeah, let's do it. Tromso. 16 out of 19 of the world's hardest football quiz. Does it actually show you the answers of each one? Yes, it does. Let's quickly go through and see which ones we got wrong. What was the final score in 1966 when England last won the World Cup? Did I get that wrong? No, I didn't get that wrong, did I? I was 4-2. No wonder I put 3-2. The answer... Bino, you've done me. You've mugged me right off. I'm going kind of red because I'm embarrassed that I didn't pick this up earlier, but it was 4-2. 4-2 after extra time. That's why I put 3-2. I was like, it wasn't 2-1 or 1-0. It definitely wasn't 4-all because I just know it wasn't. It was 3-2. But it says 4-all. What was the final score in 1966 when England last won the World Cup? Okay. That one will stick to one side. That's a strange one. Wivenshaw, we got that right about Rashford. To date, how many World Cup tournaments have there been? 21. Steph Houghton is captain of England. Wrexham is the oldest club. Modern day football, 1863 it was invented. Okay, not 1841. Close, close. Alfred Trimble wasn't the man who founded the English Football League. It was William McGregor. Who knew? Dortmund, obviously. Klopp. Real Madrid, the most of the Liga titles. Pyongyang in North Korea was the stadium with the highest capacity. Peter Schmeichel scored the goal. Peter Shilton, most caps. Miroslav Klose, highest World Cup scorer. Richard Dunn, most own goals. Newcastle, furthest northern team in out of them ones. Plymouth, the furthest south. Sheffield FC, the oldest. Dennis Law, the most goals. Tromsø, the most northern. There we go, 16 out of 19. We'll give ourselves 16 out of 18 because of that first question, though. I love putting my football knowledge to the test, and when there isn't any games on, or I've been ground hopping to every single stadium in and around me in Scotland, sometimes I've got to come up with video ideas, and these quizzes, I just absolutely love to do them. I really do, especially when I get 18 out of, or 16 out of 18, or whatever we said it was at the end. Yeah, a massive thanks again to you guys for watching. If you have any suggestions for videos that you'd like to see, please drop them in the comment section below. I'm going to a few games over the weekend, as you can imagine. It's all coming to an end now, so there's a lot happening, a lot of games, a lot of opportunities coming my way. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already, so you don't miss out on any of the great content that I have coming your way. Again, I just want to say a massive thanks. Please do remember to hit that like button. Channel members, you're absolute legends, every single one of you. You're really, really supporting this channel, so a huge, huge thank you. I'll leave some videos on screen. Please do click on one to carry on watching. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.